Elizabeth Cady Stanton, born in 1815, was an American suffragist, social activist, abolitionist, and leading figure in the early women's rights movement. Solitude of Self is an address delivered by Mrs. Stanton in 1892 when she was 77 years old. She considered it her best speech. Here's part of that address. In discussing the rights of woman, we are to consider what belongs to her as an individual in a world of her own, the arbiter of her own destiny. Her rights are to use all her faculties for her own safety and happiness. If we consider her as a citizen, as a member of a great nation, she must have the same rights as all other members, according to the fundamental principles of our government. The strongest reason for giving women all the opportunities for higher education, for the full development of her faculties, forces of mind and body, for giving her the most enlarged freedom of thought and action, a complete emancipation from all forms of bondage, of custom, dependence, superstition, from all the crippling influences of fear, is the solitude and personal responsibility of her own individual life. The strongest reason why we ask for women a voice in the government under which she lives, in the religion she is asked to believe, a place in the trades and professions where she may earn her bread, is because of her birthright to self-sovereignty, because as an individual, she must rely on herself. No matter how much women prefer to lean to be protected and supported, nor how much men desire to have them do so, they must make the voyage of life alone. And for safety in an emergency, they must know something of the laws of navigation. To guide our own craft, we must be captain, pilot, engineer, with chart and compass to stand at the wheel, to match the wind and waves and know when to take in the sail, and to read the signs in the firmament over all. It matters not whether the solitary voyager is man or woman. Nature, having endowed them equally, leaves them to their own skill and judgment in the hour of danger, and if not equal to the occasion, alike they perish. To appreciate the importance of fitting every human soul for independent action, think for a moment of the immeasurable solitude of self. We come into the world alone. Unlike all who have gone before us, we leave it alone under circumstances peculiar to ourselves. No mortal has been, no mortal ever will be, like the soul just launched on the sea of life. Nothing strengthens the judgment and quickens the conscience like individual responsibility. Nothing adds such dignity to character as the recognition of one's own self-sovereignty. The right to an equal place everywhere conceded, a place earned by personal merit, not an artificial attainment by inheritance, wealth, family, and position. The talk of sheltering women from the fierce storms of life is the sheerest mockery, for they beat on her from every point of the compass, just as they do on man, and with more fatal results, for he has been trained to protect himself, to resist, to conquer. Whatever may be said of man's protecting power in ordinary conditions, amid all the terrible disasters by land and sea, in the supreme moments of danger, alone, woman must ever meet the horrors of the situations. Man's love and sympathy enter only into the sunshine of our lives, in that solemn solitude of self that links us with the immeasurable and the eternal. Each soul lives alone forever. Such is individual life. Who, I ask you, can dare take on himself the rights, the duties, the responsibilities of another human soul?